Hello everyone, this is Navya from AJV, live today for my fifth session, here to interact with all of you wonderful people who follow us, some of you who work with us, and others who will be hopefully working with us by the end of the session. I don't anticipate too many people coming in today because it is Shivratri, of course, which is a major festival in India celebrated by all the Hindus. So I'm guessing a lot of the people would have taken a leave from work or would be with family or friends or perhaps just sleeping in. But regardless, AJV will always be present here to give you advice, at any time of the year. So here I am today for the live session, here to give you all advice. So for all our new viewers, AJV, we're basically an education and migration consultancy, specifically catering to people who wish to migrate to New Zealand. AJV basically stands for, our founder, Arun Jacobs' vision for the migration industry. So as a team, we envision creating a global organization that would provide friendly and frank migration advice and services to all. In fact, our motto is simplicity through success. And, that's usually our approach to work as well as to our clients. We don't really believe in, overcomplicating things. We believe in stating facts as they are, being honest, to our clients and giving them the correct feedback, irrespective of what the outcome might be. And we do the best that we can, and we do that while working from our respective homes. So that's a great aspect of it. So yes, we do really. Hold honesty and integrity as great virtues in this organization, and especially in this industry, which usually lacks that kind of transparency. We do encounter a number of clients who are not quite satisfied, having worked with other agents who are not able to either give them proper information or genuine information, more importantly. So, and yeah, of course, the biggest evidence of that is this, which is my license. And it's basically our company's effort at getting licensed and getting a lot of our employees in the organization to get this license, which basically means that we'll be regulated by the Immigration Advisors Authority in New Zealand, and of course held accountable for the kind of advice that we are providing you on a day-to-day basis. And that kind of accountability would perhaps not be felt by people who other education agencies who are not licensed in effect. So yes, as a company, it's very important for us to, abide by the laws of the New Zealand government, as we ultimately do work for them, and we work for the benefit of the country as at large. So we do our very best to be ethical and honest in all of our dealings. So let me just see if I am live. Let me check with my team. Yes, my team does seem to have joined in, so that's great. They're always here on backup because, while I may be able to provide you certain information, they do keep prompting me in between about, additional information that I could provide to answer all of your queries. All right. So yes, we do have a large team of around 40 people, and, it's spread across different cities in India, as well as New Zealand, Oman, and Malaysia. So we do have quite a global reach in that aspect. And, so we are on track as far as our vision of becoming a large scale global organization really goes. And a lot of us are licensed immigration advisors. Some of us are even ex-immigration officers like myself. So we really do have that extensive knowledge of, immigration instructions, and basically just knowing exactly what Immigration New Zealand likes to see when they look at a file, and the kind of things that are required to be shown, in an application in order to get a positive outcome on the same. So yeah, before I delve further into any discussion, this is my license that allows me to provide immigration advice under supervision. As per the code of conduct, I'm required to show this to all of you, before really giving any advice out there. So this license actually enables me to provide advice not just for student visa applications, but for all other categories as well, such as visitor, work, partnership, or residence applications. So, as smart consumers, it's very important for you to know that, you cannot get advice on those other categories of applications, from an unlicensed agent. So, yeah. For those of you who are watching this live session and are interested in knowing about how to migrate to New Zealand, or are keen to study further in New Zealand but are a little shy about pasting your questions in the comment section, then don't worry, you can just leave your number and we will contact you. And for those of you who do happen to drop in your questions in the comment section, please ensure that you let us know whether you're already working with us, and preferably you let us know which study advisor or visa officer you're working with as well. And for those of you who are not working with us but are pasting your questions there, I'd request you to please also paste your contact details so that we can contact you post the live session and answer your queries in a little more detail as well. All right, so before getting into the question answer session, just some general updates with regards to immigration policies, and other media news releases. So there have been changes recently to the international qualification assessment process. So basically, when you're applying for a residence visa application or any other visa application where you would be required to show that your qualification, your overseas qualification is recognized. And if that qualification has not been gained in New Zealand, then you would need to get an international qualification assessment done. And what this does is it basically compares your overseas qualification to a level on the New Zealand qualification framework. So recently there have been some changes to the IQA. While earlier you could get up to 5 qualifications assessed per application for about around 750 New Zealand dollars. Post 10th Feb, this has changed, and you can only get 1 qualification assessed per application, and the cost for that would be about 445 New Zealand dollars. So yeah, you can you can always find more information around that, which would be available to you on the New Zealand Qualification Authority's website as well. Also, with regards to the travel restrictions in New Zealand, which were being imposed due to the spread of coronavirus, those restrictions will continue to be in place at least till the 24th of February, 2020. So wherein the restrictions are specifically being imposed on those people who have been, present in or have transited through mainland China 14 days prior to them departing New Zealand. So these restrictions are being reviewed every 48 hours and are constantly being updated on the Immigration New Zealand website. So for people who are traveling during this time period, just kind of be cautious of that, and it's advisable to keep checking the website as well, and also plan your travel route accordingly. All right, let me see if any questions are coming in. Okay, questions have started coming in. Anyway, we'll continue with some more updates till then. So as far as the skilled migrant category visa goes, which is one of the residence visa categories, so the remuneration threshold is supposed to be updated from 24th February 2020. So basically, the salary threshold is being increased from 25 New Zealand dollars per hour to $25.50 per hour, and this is basically just keeping in mind the increase in the median salary in New Zealand as well. And of course, those of you who have submitted your expressions of interest through us and are kind of waiting for an invitation to apply. So the recent most selection took place on 19th February, where 810 EOIs were selected from the pool with which had 160 points or more. And post the selection, I think around 600 EOIs are still left in the pool. And yes, so basically a preliminary assessment will be done on those expression of interest, and you will receive an invitation to apply depending on whether the immigration officer believes that your claim to the points is credible or not. So yes, that's as far as the skilled migrant category updates go. And yeah, so recently, in fact, we've also tied up with an institute called the Institute of the Pacific, United New Zealand. It has its campus in Palmerston North, and it also has another campus in Japan, actually. So it is a tertiary institute which offers some, really good courses, such as the Masters of Contemporary International Studies. And so people who are interested in international business or sustainable development or international relations could, definitely look at pursuing this course. And you would be studying subjects such as entrepreneurship and innovation, contemporary marketing, human resource management. So you can pretty much get jobs in any of these fields post completion of this course. So if you're at all interested in looking at this institute, knowing more about the course curriculum, or even the job opportunities that would be that would open up to you post completion of this course, then definitely do get in touch with us, and we'll provide you with more information around that. All right, so I'm going to start looking at, we do have one question. So that's from Vidya Sagar Singh. How can I go to New Zealand or Oman for educational purpose? Vidya Sagar, thank you for pasting your question there. However, you've not left your contact number, but I will still answer that question for you. We specifically, as a consultancy, only cater to those people who wish to migrate to New Zealand and not to any other country. So yes, there are abundant opportunities available to you to pursue your studies in New Zealand. So I would of course require your contact details so that our study advisor can get in touch with you, contact you, speak with you at length, go through your profile, see what your areas of interest are, and accordingly suggest good courses and institutes that also fall within your budget. So please do leave your contact details, somewhere in the comments section so that we can get in touch with you. All right. So Nirosh has written on YouTube. He's one of our AJV clients, and he's extremely active on all of our live sessions. One of our top fans on the Facebook page as well. So he's written that he's on the way to New Zealand. That's great news, Nirosh. We're extremely happy for you that you were able to make it in time for the course. So that's absolutely wonderful news. And of course, our onshore support team will also be there to help you out once you do arrive in New Zealand. Okay, we have another comment from Rahul Bhardwaj. Hello, I did BTech in electrical engineering and I have work experience too in the same field. I'm planning to apply in New Zealand for mechatronics level 7. My number is, okay, he's left his number and he's written that I want to know the scope of it and long-term benefits for PR. All right, Rahul, thanks for leaving your number as well as advising us of your intentions to pursue your studies in New Zealand. So yeah, you can definitely opt for mechatronics, and a few of the subjects will be similar to you, the BTech, but your core subjects would be manufacturing and instrumentation. So as an engineer, of course, engineers do fall under the long-term skill shortage list in New Zealand. So there will be ample job opportunities available to you even once you complete the course. You're definitely likely to meet the points requirement as well, and once you do have a skilled offer of employment, which you should, given that there will be abundant jobs available in this field, you should definitely be eligible for residence as well. So just kind of stay in touch with our counselor, and we'll definitely help you in procuring a good offer of place from a good institute in this in a relevant field. All right, we have a question from Adil Ahmad, who's written, is it possible to get resident visa instead of job search visa in skilled migration? Okay, Adil, thank you for your question. You don't seem to have left your number, so I would request you to definitely leave your number. However, I will answer your question for you. So yes, it is possible to get a resident visa instead of a job search visa. However, it is very difficult if you're offshore. The reason for that is that in order to be eligible for direct residence, you do need to hold an offer of skilled employment in New Zealand. So getting an offer of employment in New Zealand is something that is quite difficult if you're not really based within the country, because employers at large prefer to give offers to people who do already hold a valid work visa. And understandably, given that the processing time frame of a residence application can range from 12 to 14 months, no employer would really want to wait for that long for you to come into the country and then start working. They would much rather just offer that job to someone who's available to work within a month or two. So it can be very tricky to get get to be eligible for direct residence, which is why the next best option is to either go for the job search visa, or alternatively go for a student visa, which would allow you to get into the country much earlier. Because once again, for a job search visa, you need to meet the 160 points criteria, that itself is a little difficult to meet if you don't have a considerable amount of work experience and a master's qualification. So what we do advise most of our clients instead is to look at the study plus settle pathway. And through this pathway you can just you can get into New Zealand quite early. You can pursue a qualification, a local qualification from New Zealand that would obviously be recognized. It would be given value to by the employers in New Zealand. It'll also give you that amount of time to kind of just settle into the country and forge some professional connections and understand the job market. And once you complete your course, you'd also be eligible for a post-study work visa. Depending on the level, you could even of the course, you could even get a 3-year post-study work visa. So that's great. You can just take up employment with practically any employer in any location, and without any restrictions. It is an open work visa. And once you have a job which meets the salary threshold, you can apply for direct residence. So that entire process seems to be working quite well for our clients. So it's definitely something that you would like to consider. Please do leave us your number so that we can provide more information around that. All right. So Fahad has written, okay, he's just asked master in marketing related information. Okay, Fahad, thank you for leaving your email ID. We will get in touch with you. Yes, a master's of marketing can provide you with, ample career opportunities in a wide range of business management and other professional fields. And certain roles could include marketing, sales, brand management, business development and market analysis. You could even get into digital marketing. So it does have great scope. All right, Vidya Sagar has written, thank you so much. Vidya Sagar, you're most welcome. However, you still didn't leave your contact details, I guess. So I would, if you were happy with the advice we gave you, I assure you that you'd be happy, even happier with, my team's advice. So please do leave your contact details so that, we can get in touch with you. All right, Kevin Roche has come on a live session. He's also one of our clients. He is set to go, in fact, to New Zealand for the July intake. So he's written, thanks, Navya, for clearing my doubts a couple of weeks ago. And now just waiting for April to come around to file my visa. Will contact Anne soon. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Of course, Kevin had written quite a lengthy email to me. In fact, the starting of the mail said that, you'd probably want to get yourself a cup of tea while reading this mail. He did have a lot of doubts, but I definitely took my time, did my research as well, got in touch with the institute to, clear all of his doubts. So that is, one of our priorities to ensure that, we're giving you the best possible advice, with all the information possible. In fact, we did connect Kevin to one of the professors in the institute that he was planning to go to as well. So yes, we really do go above and beyond, for each of our clients. So I would encourage you all, if you're passionate about studying abroad, you should definitely consider New Zealand as a destination, and we will make your, dream come true. All right, so. All right, so we have a message from, okay, let me check if my team has written anything. Okay, so we have a message from Sangram, who's written, hi, could you please shed some light on the PhD program and its benefit after the completion of degree? As in a lecturer, is residence permit feasible after PhD? Hi, Sangram. Thanks for your query. The process of initially enrolling yourself into a PhD program can be a little bit cumbersome because first, of course, you'd have to come up with your research proposal. And of course, if it's in a future growth area of New Zealand, that would be an added benefit. Then, you kind of shortlist the universities or, where you would like to pursue the PhD from. And we could, of course, share the list of supervisors from the university. You would then be required to contact the supervisor. And it's after, they kind of, they come back to you with a confirmation of wanting to work with you, is when we can proceed with their application. So this process can take some time, but yes, there are a lot of benefits as well. So there are good opportunities for scholarship. You get full-time working hours, so that's an added incentive. Also, if you complete a 2 years course which leads up to the doctorate or a PhD, you would be eligible for direct residence post that as well. So yes, there are good opportunities, post PhD available for you. I would request you to share your number as well. So, okay, you have shared your email ID. So thanks for that. And, we can always connect with you and provide you with more detailed information around that. All right, so no more questions as of now. I was anticipating that it's going to be a little less traffic today, but no worries. We can talk about some other things like the fact that we do have a lot of people. I do get a lot of clients coming to me concerned that they're like should we at all lodge a partnership application, because we've heard that so many partnership applications are being declined and all of that. So I would like to kind of lay your apprehensions to rest. That's really not the case. Yes, there were some concerns, but that was only around, people who have had recent marriages, as a result of which they have very limited documentation to prove, the genuineness of their living, of their relationship, and the fact that they've lived together for a considerable amount of time. However, even if you have such a profile, I would encourage you to connect with us so that we can kind of help you out in how to go about the documentation process, and we can always kind of give you the right advice, because collecting this kind of documentation can also take a considerable period of time. So it's best to start early and get in touch with us, and we are having a number of approvals for our partnership applications. So that's really great news, and in fact it's in quite a short duration of time for people, for partners who've applied for work visas, where their spouses are pursuing a master's course. So people who are keen to go for a master's course, the added benefit is that you can always take your spouse along. They would be eligible for a work visa, and these applications are being assessed on priority by Immigration New Zealand. We've actually received an approval for a partnership application in fact, a matter of a few weeks as well. Otherwise, yes, it is ranging from 2 to 4 months, and sometimes it can be longer for the other categories. So yes, there's really no major concern there. Partnership applications are being approved, even though they are taking a little longer than the approval of the student visa applications. All right, so okay, so Rajesh Singh has left his contact number. Rajesh, thank you for that. And so has Shehbaz. Hi, Shehbaz. Thank you for leaving your contact details. We will get in touch with you and see what your query is. Zia Khan has written, hi, hope you're doing good. I'm offshore and have applied under the skilled migrant category visa. I have received acknowledgement letter from INC, and they said my application is accepted for residence visa under SMC. So will I still get job search visa instead of residence visa? Zia Khan, I don't really know the details of your file. I would encourage you to kind of leave your contact details so that we can connect with you and get more information around that. If you have submitted a job offer, an offer of skilled employment from New Zealand, then you're likely to be eligible for a residence visa. But I really cannot give that advice to you from a public portal like this. So I would request you to leave your contact details so that we can get more information from you and then give you the correct advice. All right. So other than that, the student visa time frame continues to be 61 days at the moment. We're almost nearing towards the end of the January, February, March intake, which is one of the largest intakes. So now we're kind of gearing up towards the next big intake, which is the July, August, September intake. So for those of you who are keen to travel to New Zealand around that time, this is the time to start right now, because the process of getting admission into a college, getting the offer of place, completing your IELTS, gathering together your funds can take about 2-3 months. So I would encourage you to connect with us immediately so that we can start off your process right away. Another news update is that we are, in fact, me and my colleague and fellow licensed immigration advisor Tilaka Mehra, we are planning to, in fact, meet the operations manager of the Immigration New Zealand in Mumbai, and we are due to meet the team in the start of March. So yes, that should be interesting. Of course, we had met them previously as well. I think it's been over a year, and the last time Arun and Mary had met them. So it was really productive and fruitful discussion at that time, and I'm sure it will be so again. We definitely would like to thank them for all the work that they've been doing, especially with regards to our applications. We've been in constant touch with the immigration managers as well, and they've really paid heed to our requests. So it's great to see that we're collaborating in a great manner, and that's also leading to positive results. So yes, that's also something that is up, due for in this next month now. All right. Manuel has written, "Hi Navya, I'm your client looking to apply for level 8, already done level 7. All right. Hi Manuel. Thanks for that information. I guess we'll continue to stay in touch with you and see how the processing of your application is going. All right. So Zia Khan has clarified that Zia Khan has left the contact number as well and has clarified that he meets 160 points criteria without job offer, so I've applied without job offer. So Zia Khan, in the event that you have applied without a job offer, you won't be eligible for direct residence. So your application will be for a skilled migrant category job search visa. So in that case, you will be given about 12 months visa to go to New Zealand and find yourself a job so that you can then apply for residence. And until then, the decision on your residence application will actually be deferred. So, so yeah, if you've got the invitation to apply, and you want assistance with the lodgement of your skilled migrant category application, or if you've already lodged it and you would like us to represent you, then definitely, we will get in touch with you. All right, Manuel has written, "Hi Navya, is it possible to get a copy of the immigration application file we previously submit?" Hi Manuel, thanks for your query. Yes, it is possible to get a copy of that. It's basically you need to file a request under it's called the Privacy Act request, and the form is available on the Immigration New Zealand website. You just have to fill out a few details along with perhaps your client number, your application number, for which you want the notes, submit a copy of your ID as well. I'm sure if you're working with us, we can assist you with that. So that ways we can get, all of the notes on your previous file, your movement records, etc. So not to worry. All right, so Anand N. Race has written, "My wife is MSc B.Ed and working as a primary teacher. I see on New Zealand site that her skills are in the regional shortage skills list. Will she be eligible for an essential skills visa, and how likely is it to get a job offshore for teachers?" So Anand, thanks for your query. Firstly, it would be in order to teach in New Zealand, you would need to be registered. So you would have to perhaps pursue a course that leads to that registration. So it's not that simple, to just start teaching in New Zealand, when your experience or your qualification is from an offshore country. Secondly, in order to work, once again, you would be requiring registration. So that's like a prerequisite for sure. And you can apply for an essential skills visa, but it's not that simple. Because number one, like I was mentioning before, employers do tend to give preference to people who are already based in New Zealand, over those who are sitting offshore, because it would take, the processing time frame of an application also takes a while, and moreover, essential skills visa, there are a lot of other requirements as well. For example, the company, the company needs to be sustainable. It needs to be compliant with New Zealand employment law. The employer also needs to demonstrate that they've met the labor market test, which means that they should have shown that they've tried to advertise the jobs to New Zealand citizens or residents, prior to offering the job to your wife. So there are a lot of stringent requirements, even in essential skills work visa, which can be kind of tricky to meet. So that's why we would encourage her to perhaps pursue a course from New Zealand, which could lead to registration and make life a lot easier, because post completion of the course there would be ample opportunities available for to her as a teacher as well. So if you could just leave your contact details, and I'm sure we can guide her further. All right, Zia Khan is written. All right, thank you so much for kind information, and I would love to be in touch with your team for further assistance in my already lodged application. Zia, that's wonderful news. We would also love to assist you. Just to make sure that the documents that you've submitted are correct. You wouldn't want to have, put in so much time and energy and for that not to have a positive outcome. So, and these things can be tricky. So, if you I'm not sure where you're based, but we will definitely get in touch with you and take perhaps start representing our application as well. All right, Fatima has written, I sent 2 mails regarding my husband's application. So far, no reply from your team. All right, Fatima, thank you for sending that. My team will definitely look into it on priority, and we will get in touch with you today itself. So don't worry about that. Adil Ahmad has written, can AGV provide us for job search in New Zealand? Adil, we can assist you. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by job search, because we don't help in you finding jobs. Of course, but if you are a student and you've gone to New Zealand through us, then we definitely have a large network of other HAV students and other people, other employees in New Zealand. So we do keep sharing job vacancies, etc., with our HAV clients. So if that is your question, then that's the answer. However, if you're talking about the skilled migrant category job search visa, then yes, we do assist with that as well. For that, you'll have to send in your CV to info@havglobal.com. Your CV as well as your spouse if you're married. All right, there do not seem to be any more questions at the moment. So yeah, apart from all of this, just wanted you all to know, all the viewers to know, that we are also in the process of hiring. So if we are looking out for study counselors as well as visa officers. So if you're interested in this field at all, and if you think you might be a good fit in this kind of a setup, we are a lovely team, and we would love to have you on board. So definitely do see the ads that we've posted, on our Facebook page, and get in touch with us, and we will go through your resumes and definitely connect with you as well. There don't seem to be any more questions. So team, is there anything else you would like for me to add on? Or I guess then I will wrap up the session. Okay, there is a message from Aditya Dhawan saying, got conditional offer from Waikato thanks to Sajita and AJV. Please tell about scope of jobs in Hamilton and compared to Auckland. Hi Aditya, thanks for that and thanks for that information and thank you for choosing to work with us. It's great that you're working with Sajita. She's a very able counselor as well. I'm sure she'll be able to give you the information about the specific jobs that are available, in relation to your course. But the scope of jobs in Hamilton is great. Hamilton is an upcoming city now. In fact, the government is in the process of like trying to declutter Auckland because it's become pretty congested, which is why immigration policies have also been molded around that. So, if you do find employment in Hamilton or any other city outside of Auckland, you would get additional 30 points, when you're applying for a residence visa. So it's an added incentive to move out of Auckland. So yes, Auckland is getting congested, and while there may be job opportunities there, there's also a lot more competition there as well because there are a lot of people vying for those particular jobs. But not to worry, Hamilton is a great city as well. Hamilton, Wellington, Christchurch, they're all upcoming cities. The job opportunities are increasing regularly over there. So it shouldn't be an issue at all. And of course, you have our support in Hamilton as well. All right, you're going for the master's in digital business, probably from University of Waikato, which is a great course. So, not to worry. That this course has a great number of job opportunities available. In fact, jobs may open up to you in the in the demand list as well, the skill shortage list as well. So, you shouldn't worry at all. And if any point you feel you need some more help, you can just walk into our office in Hamilton as well and speak to our team there. All right, Anand and Grace has written, can the spouse and kids get visa along with the student visa? Anand, thank you for your question. Yes, the spouse and kids can also get a visa along with the student visa, and depending upon the course level, they can get a visa. Your spouse may get a visitor or a work visa, and your child may get a domestic student status. So we'll need more information around the course that you're going for so that we can provide you with proper guidance around that. But yes, there are ample options for the spouse and kids to go along with you while you're on a student visa, which in fact is not very possible if you, apply for the skilled migrant category job search visa, which is why we, suggest most of our clients to go for the student pathway so that the families don't really have to be away from each other. All right, so if there aren't any more questions coming in, I will wrap up the session and, I'll leave the contact details as well to get in touch with us, if you're interested and you weren't able to connect with us through this live session. So you can always contact us on our India toll-free number, which is 1800 103 6525, or you could even contact us on the New Zealand toll-free number if you're based onshore, and that is 0880 So please feel free to connect with us, on these toll-free numbers. And yeah, happy weekend to everyone. And we will be back live again next week. So see you all then. Thank you for watching.